Hello and welcome to the Discover History YouTube channel, and today we thought we'd do a smaller video, a shorter video, and the reason for this is we have not done for a very long time a mystery object. So if you think back on our channel, we try to mix it up a bit. So you may get a cookery lesson. Helen predominantly does those. You may get some civilian stroke domestic items, and we talk about those. And obviously my favourite, you may also get some archaeology like we did yesterday, or some military history topics. For example, here's some armour, here's a rifle, this is a battle that we talk about on a regular basis. We also do crafts, and something we haven't done for a long time, like I said, is a mystery object. So today I have two items. They're the same thing, but they're two items that I've brought in, and they're made out of glass. Now before I show them, I'll give you a few clues to actually get you into thinking correctly, and to get you into thinking they must be, and then you need to comment and tell us what it is. So at the moment we've just got through bank holiday. We're also in half term, obviously, and the weather, I must say, I don't know about where you are, but the weather here in Worcester is absolutely fantastic. We've got nice high temperature, sun shining, and a blue sky. Not only that, all the plants and everything else seems alive. I've got bees buzzing around. It's like summer, even though we're not technically there yet. Now, if we go back in history, most people didn't move around very far. Now, saying that, you do get families move, but people generally stayed in their locality as such, really. But then later on, when you get, for example, King George, and especially when we get Queen Victoria, there was a draw to the coast, and strangely we feel that way as well. We're an island nation after all, so we are all having salt water, seawater flowing through our veins. We're an island nation after all. And the interesting thing is, King George and Queen Victoria later on both saw a draw to go to the coast, and in particular they went there because it was seen as a healthy thing to do. Now at the moment we are saying don't go to the seaside. I know Weston-super-Mare, instead of putting a sign on their Facebook and website saying visit Weston-super-Mare, it's saying don't visit Weston-super-Mare. So please don't go racing off to the coast and trying to eat your ice creams and walk along the seafront and so on. We're not right at that stage yet. But the interesting thing is, people like Queen Victoria did flock to the seaside, and when that happened, eventually, like any trend, lots and lots of other people thought, I want to do the same thing. And people started to go to the seaside. Now, prior to that, the coast was often seen as a scary place. They used to say there were sea monsters, if you go right back in history. There were highwaymen and pirates and smugglers, if you think very much the 18th century. But by the late Georgian into the Victorian era, the coast was just lots of hamlets, lots of fishing villages. And then as time went on, Queen Victoria especially made the seaside the place to go, especially when the weather's fine, when there's a bank holiday, or when we get to the summer holidays. So the items that I'm showing you are based on that theme. So think of it, lovely summer's day, absolutely fantastic, no COVID-19 around, and you are drawn to the coast. You're following the traditions of people like Queen Victoria. Now, when you get to the coast, as time went by, as the Victorian age expanded, more and more things was happening. So you eventually get the promenade, you eventually get the pier, you eventually get the amusements, and you get lots of things filling the coastal fishing villages. Perfect example of this, for example, to anyone in the Midlands, is Weston-super-Mare. If you live in the Midlands, for example Birmingham, the Black Country, Worcestershire, you are usually drawn to Weston-super-Mare. Not everyone, but it's the usual draw. If you're from the north, from Lancashire, you are usually drawn to places like Blackpool, for example, and that's why you get all these seaside places. So imagine it's a lovely summer's day, beautiful weather, it's late Victorian say, and you're drawn to the seaside. You're following that tradition, Western-super-Mare. Well, the two mystery objects that I've got, remember they're the same thing, but I've got two of them, are these. And they're both made out of glass. So I would like you, thinking with that theme in your head, holidays, the seaside, have a little think about what these two items are. They're both the same thing. So the first one here is rather plain. It's very heavy. It's made out of solid glass. And then the other one is a little bit more decorated. So it's got a bit more of a pattern on them. Now, the interesting thing is you would assume these are shot glasses. These are sherry glasses, Victorian sherry glasses. The only problem is they're not very deep. I will place my finger in the top of that one and you will see it's not really even an inch deep. It's less than what? It's about a centimetre deep, that's all. So whatever these things are that's made out of glass, you can't really put much in them. They are quite shallow things. So these would be found at the seaside. But what are they? So what I would like you to do is have a little think, have a little guess what these mystery objects are. Make sure you comment on here, or as always, we will put the same video on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. If you don't comment on here, please comment on there. Either send us a message or more importantly, let's get a bit of a discussion going. Comment, let someone else discuss it. Let someone else say what they think and let's get this all working. And make sure you share it as well. Let's see how many people can guess what these things are. Anyway, on that note, tomorrow we'll give you the answer. And hopefully you've got it right. So you've got all evening, all tomorrow morning to think about it and let us know. Anyway, stay safe, stay away from the seaside, and we'll see you tomorrow.